Hello, welcome to my ePortfolio. I'm Louis, the student of Construction Engineering and Management program of the Building and Science Technology. After using ePortfolio, I think it is very useful for us. It is because we can record our experience here, such as what do we learn from the safety training in CICTA, and industry training in the Industrial Center of Hong Kong Poly University. Moreover, ePortfolio can share with other people, including my classmates and teachers. After watching my ePortfolio, they can add some comments for me. There may be some suggestions. I can make use of those suggestions and make an improvement. Moreover, we can compare our work with each other. Therefore, I can find my strengths and weaknesses. I believe that one of us can get many benefits from this ePortfolio. We may use those information in the future because it can help us to find a job. It is because ePortfolio can show our ability, attitude, and capacity. When we apply a job, we can send the ePortfolio to the company. They will watch my ePortfolio and consider whether I am suitable for the post. On the other hand, portfolio can develop goals for further achievement. We can write down our goals at portfolio. After setting the goals, we can plan how to achieve it and when to achieve it. Furthermore, after a training or event, we can write down the reflection. We can critically analyze different viewpoints and find out what should be improved. So therefore, we can do it better next time. Now, I would like to tell you what do we learn from the training. We had a training in the Industrial Center of Hong Kong Poly University for 7 days. It is very hard for me because I need to wake up early. It is worth because I learned a lot of useful things from the training. In the first day of the training, we tried to make a formwork. By making the formwork, we learn how to use different kinds of tools to make a formwork, and what should be aware when using those, such as we do not wear gloves when using hammer. It can prevent the hammer slip away when using it. I'm using the saw to cut the timber. This is our product. In the second day of the training, we try to install a scaffold. Well, it is very hard to do that because the members are very heavy and it was very hot in that day. In order to protect ourselves, we had to wear the safety helmet and safety belt. We are using the marker to draw a line on the ground. We had to help each other because it is very heavy. We are very seriously. We finished the installation of scaffold. We are proud of us. In the third and fourth day of training, we learned something about shallow concrete. In the third day, we tried to make a concrete. After mixing the materials, we had to conduct the slump test. The formwork which we made in the first day was being used. Before filling the fresh concrete, we had to apply an oil layer on the internal surface of the formwork. The next day, the ice-shaped concrete was formed. Next, we used a hammer to remove the formwork. We got the concrete, and then we moved on. the other part, we try to cut and bend and fix the steel reinforcement. First of all, the steel cutter was used to cut the steel reinforcement. After cutting the steel reinforcement, we try to bend it according to the strict code 61. We put it on the device and according to above step to bend it. This is our product. Next, we try to fix the steel reinforcement. There are some tools that we used. We tie the steel reinforcement with soft wire at each intersection. The wires each should be bent toward inside to prevent contact the concrete surface. Finish. The 5th day of training, we learned something about brickwork and plastering. In that day, the instructor showed us the procedures of brickwork and plastering. In the 6th day of the training, we learned something about NDT and anchoring. We try to use one camera to check the concrete. We also try to use the other method for checking. For the anchor, we try to install different kinds of anchor. First of all, we use drill machine to drill a hole on the concrete and clean it. Afterward, we use different methods for different anchor. A shift anchor, through control expansion anchor, deformation control expansion anchor. After installation, we had a pull-out test. The last day of training, we did something about structural steelwork. First of all, we used steel cutting machine to cut the steel. Secondly, we used hand holes to cut it. Afterward, we used steel drilling machine to drill the steel. Finally, we used bolts to connect for steel. This is our product. For the safety training at CICTA, I learned the basic safety knowledge when working on construction site, and got the construction industry safety training certificate. That's all. Bye bye.
Like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Keys to ignition are like gloves to Ali. To and fro, water with the sea. The sunrise is my peace. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Keys to ignition are like gloves to Ali. To and fro, water in the sea. The sunrise is my peace.